I've started a new channel. The name of the channel is the Synagogue of Spiritual Philosophy. It is the teachings of the Jews. Understand, the Bible is Hebrew Israelite history. However, Hebrew Israelites were philosophers. They were not religious people, they were spiritual philosophers. And the goal of the philosophy was for man to go from mortal to immortal, from mortal to immortal. And immortality can be looked at as being a God. But understand this, not the eternal God, not the monotheistic one God. The eternal God is God. Now, what do I mean by eternal God? That which has never been created, the reality, the substantial reality. What we are could be considered illusions of that infinite reality, God. What the Jews studied and believed in was human beings. Everything that we know today exists within the mind of God, because God is the only substantial reality. We live and breathe in the mind of God. For this reason, you could say God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere, and within everybody. Within everybody. So you could say that the belief of the Jews was not heaven and hell. Abraham was not going to sacrifice his son to go to heaven or to avoid hell. That would be murder against the Ten Commandments. But he was doing it for divine wisdom, to become immortal, and to prove his love and respect for God. And God taught him a lesson, and there he sacrificed the ram in the bush, which not sure what the ram in the bush signifies. But there has to be a metaphor to that. But I don't want to get off the subject. But the channel is going to be dedicated to spiritual philosophy of the Jews. And when I say Jews, I'm talking about Jews by blood. This is part of our awakening. This is a part of our awakening. Jesus did not have 12 disciples. He had 82 disciples. 82 out of the multitude. And when Jesus spoke to the multitude, he spoke to them in parables. Only the disciples did he speak directly to and explain the parables to. This is going to be the hardest thing that I've ever done, because some things I'm going to say will be in parables, and some things I will explain and break it down. But I don't want to give information to beast. I don't want to give information to beast. And I don't think they would understand it anyway. And that's why spiritual philosophy was called the Kemetic mystery system. Then it was called the Egyptian mystery system. Then it's called Hermetic philosophy. But it all comes from the Kemetic mystery system. If you have been following this channel, if you look under the section that is titled Ministry of Truth, that will help you to understand the things that I will be talking about in a synagogue of spiritual philosophy. Let me say this. If you are a person and you call Israelis Jews, then I don't think you're going to be able to understand the things I'm saying, because you don't realize the importance of truth. See, you can't say that Israelis, that African Americans or Jews are black and then call Israelis Jews. I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Is that you have not, if you call Israelis Jews, then you have not internalized the truth. If you call Israelis Jews and you know they are not Jews, then you have not internalized the truth and you are still accepting of lies and false narratives. Next door, when you understand how to live in truth, you will find that God lives next door to truth. Truth is knowledge. Knowledge is wisdom. It takes spiritual wisdom to become an immortal being. It takes spiritual wisdom. And what is spiritual wisdom? It is truth. You can't not live in truth and achieve immortality. It doesn't make sense. Truth is a narrow path. It is a narrow path, but each of us has our own path to truth, and we must stick to that path. That path does not require that we be perfect people. It requires that we try to be perfect or in sync with God at all times. I don't know if I said this, but if I haven't, I'm going to repeat it again. To know everything is the ability to separate truth from falsehood. If you can separate truth from falsehood, then all of your steps will be correct. Think about what I've said, and if it makes sense to you, then I will see you at my online synagogue of spiritual philosophy. This is part of our awakening. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.